Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. I am the Bearded Buddha, and welcome to Buddha Nature. So here we are on day 4, and as you saw in the past few videos, we've had a bit of slow growth. Yesterday's video, with all its mishaps, showed that some of the plants, the seeds, actually have started growing the little fuzzy roots, the tap roots, which is amazing, awesome. And just by looking over at the shelf, there's going to be some awesome stuff coming today. So I hope you're excited, because I certainly am. And let's get into it and see what we got going on. Here we are. We have the seed tray ready to go. I have the bags on top of it here, just obviously for that weight, as I mentioned in the previous videos, for removing the seed holes as the seeds grow. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the bags off, and we're going to get to the awesome surprise that's underneath. I saw a surprise as I was sitting, getting ready to film. I saw them poking through the sides of the tray. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you are. Look at this. Look at this. This amazing, awesome growth. Oh, it's so cool. Obviously, I'm being very gentle. I don't want to break anything. But look at how amazing this looks. Now, one thing that caught my eye is looking up here. You can see that there's white cloudy thing up here. There's a bit over here on this side as well. I'm not too worried. It doesn't look like a mold issue. It looks like the hairs of the roots of some of the seeds just haven't got into the dirt to take hold yet. But I will keep an eye on it for sure. If there is a mold issue, you can get a spray bottle, mix it, some alcohol and some water, and then spray it on there, and it will get rid of that mold. But right now, it doesn't look like mold. It looks like the root hairs, so I'm not worried about it. I think I'm going to give this one more day under the flipped tray with the weight on top, just to give it some more support to grow nice and strong and firm. And then the next day we'll deal with the issues that come up after that. But getting in here, giving the dirt a little feel, I'm noticing that it's actually still pretty damp. There is a bit of a dryness to it, but overall it's not too bad, so it won't need that much watering. So get out my trusty sprayer here, build up some pressure. And even now, as I mentioned, you don't want to be spraying too close to everything and blowing it all off the dirt, because they're very small plants. They're not going to take hold very well as of right yet. So you still want to keep it up nice and high and just mist it in nice and light. The dirt itself, as I said, was still pretty damp, although there were some dry spots, a dry feel to it. So I don't want to go too heavy. You obviously don't want to water and spray everything and soak it all the way through, just because you don't want to drown out the roots, but just enough to give it some moisture to keep it growing, like that. So, as before, I'm going to fast forward through this. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to wipe down this top tray. I'm not quite sure how well it shows up on the camera, but you can see there's some seeds on here and little bits of plants that haven't taken. At this point, I think it's a bit too far in the process to worry about those actually growing and taking hold. So I am going to wipe this down, and then we will get into spraying down the other trays and put them back on the shelf and get them ready for the next day. So stay tuned. And so there you have it. Day 4, all done. All the seeds are watered. Trays are back up on the shelf where they belong. And I think tomorrow is the day where we take the tops and we flip them to create some sort of a humidity dome of sorts, to build up the humidity and the moisture to keep them nice and moist and ready to grow big and tall and poofy. And I think we can obviously take the weight off, because With the broccoli seeds, their hulls are pretty pliable after they get to a certain point, so they scrape off really easily. It's really that you have to worry about with like the sunflowers, maybe some of the beans, that the seed hulls and the casings can be pretty tough to remove, so the weighted lids definitely help with that. But I think tomorrow we're good to flip the lids, I should say, to make a dome, allow them to grow a little bit that way before we put them into light. So, but that's it. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, of course, feel free to go down there and drop a like and a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. If you have any tips and tricks, definitely let me know down there as well. I'm very grateful to have you all here with me and along on this journey, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from here. Until next time, I have been the Bearded Buddha, and we'll catch you next time.